All right, we're live. So, today, what are we going to do? So, today, last time when we started working on this Substack clone kind of a thing, we were able to create a bunch of things, and I'll just show you what we were able to create. Bundling, yes. Okay, so while the server starts, actually it must have started now. Localhost port 4000. Why not 3000? Because late OP. Yes, I'm late, guys, because my computer was not working. But anyway, thanks for the nice music. Last time when we were here, we were able to basically create a simple scaffold CRUD going on, where you can create a new article, you can read the article, delete, edit, go back, stuff like that, right? And we had even pushed the code that we had till now to GitHub, so anyone can basically clone this and use this and blah blah blah. So this is what we had, and now we'll move forward from here, making sure that we actually build something of real value now. So till now, what we have realized, what I am seeing is that one is anyone can edit and delete and whatever, so that's not really helpful. Anyone can add a new article, that's also not helpful. And secondly, every post has this ID which we are showing, but in an ideal scenario it should be a slug that should be shown over here, that we should be using. So let's just go ahead and create a slug here, which we will be using. So if I just open console right now, right, and I open the article.first. So the columns that I have are title, body, created, updated, ID, nothing else. So one thing that I need over here is a slug, which needs to be unique and indexed so that it's easy. We'll generate migration, add slug to articles, and this will be a slug with string index unique. I hope this works. Add slug, add index. Yeah, so we've added index, it's not adding the unique constraint over here. Should we add it here, or should I'll just leave it? I'll add the unique constraint on the model. So in the model, for article, we will do integration for email probably in the next one, or maybe I can do it today. If you want, I can do it today. Just leave it in the comment, and then if we do that, then I'll do the integration with email today. Otherwise I'll do authentication today. Okay, article.rb, here we should have validates uniqueness of slug. So we need to make sure that the slug is unique for every article, and we need a slugify method. All right, so let's just search if we have any good gems. Gems are libraries in Rails. Slugify Rails, yeah, this is what I want. Best way to generate blah blah blah, slugify. Is there anything else? Django blah blah blah. Do this with the built-in parameterized blah, 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 blah. This is 2 slug. I don't want 2 slug. I want what I want. Yeah, home slug. Yeah, this is what I want. Slugify fields can be overridden. ठीक है. Okay. Okay, this looks like a good library, but it's 2010 when it was last updated. That's going to be a problem. NPOP. Comment box setup. Actually, comment box is something that I wanted to do today, but it's going to take time. Friendly ID. Friendly ID is what it is called. The last commit was 2 days ago, so this is something that we should look into. And this, with friendly ID, it is easy to use this rather than this. Great. So let's just use this gem file. Yeah, we already have Haml. We added friendly IDs, and we'll do a bundle install command. Unique. Is this how unique is should have been spelled? I'll just destroy the migration and I'll add it with this text being unique. Add slug. Still doesn't add unique. Add column rails unique constraint. Casual friendly ID or best friendly ID? What? Okay, add index unique true. Yeah, I think that is more than it. Just need to make sure that it's unique true. Okay, slug will be unique. We've added uniqueness constraints already. What else do I need from the friendly ID front? Actually, let's just destroy it again, and let me see what it creates. Create friendly ID slugs. Create friendly ID slugs. Okay. Okay. Nice, I guess. Yes, so it creates a table. All right. And then what do I do? Friendly ID sluggable type. Stop calling him boomer. You know what? I'm deciding against using friendly ID because it's just too complex. I don't need slug history. I don't need to maintain slug history. Okay, it's not letting me delete its shit, so I'm gonna remove. Git status, do we have we changed anything? Git diff, what did we change? Friendly ID, okay. I'll just call add slug here, and we'll just call it unique true. Great, everything works fine now. A plus IB, life is complex. Yeah man, tell me about it. Okay, great. Now we migrate the database. While the database is migrating, I'll have a sip of water. Okay, we have added the slug. Now one thing is, whenever we're saving, let's just not give the user anything as of now. Article before create, actually we will generate the slug, and we just need to create this method generate slug, and self dot slug is equal to title self dot what is it, parameterize. Is there anything else that I need to do over here? I suppose not. And what I'll do is I'll use both the article what first. Do I have a slug right now? No. If I be like generate slug, do I have a slug now? Yes. And I save, and we have a slug, but nothing has changed in the sense that the slug is this, but you know, it says couldn't find article with blah blah blah, and the reason is simple, because this is the routes that we are trying to play with. So instead of doing this, what I'll do is I'll generate should I generate a P? So Substack has typos, yeah. So Substack has URLs like, you know, subdomain /p/slug. So if you want to replicate that, what we can do is also generate a new route. So I'll do this thing. I'll create a new route, and the route will be for get p/slug, and this will be routed to articles page post page post page post slug on. So article controller, it will be page. No, page is again not the thing that I'm going for. It's page view, view page. Why is it so hard? View _ page, read page. Read page is again something very weird. So I'm looking for a word which will be something like, you know, which states that this is the place where you can read it. It's a permalink for sure. So let's just call it permalink only. Permalink. It's like Parmanu, but it's permalink page low. But anyway, so permalink will have a slug which will be taken from params. Yeah, and we need to find the article. Article is equal to find by slug, and we pass in the slug, and then we render the show. So this time, if I open this here and put p here, it works. It rendered the show page with a nice little URL over there, right? Pretty cool. Another thing that we can do, let's just look at that later. But yeah, we have this. This is the first post kind of a thing here, and it opens this article to actually interact with, but we will basically change it to something else. Okay, so this is the first post. This will not work obviously because it has articles and there it says /p. So one thing that we now need is a permalink to show in the article show. So here we'll be like equals to link to permalink Now if I click on this permalink, as you can see at the bottom, or probably at the, on this side, it says localhost port 4000 /p/ this is the first post, blah blah blah, things like that. If I click on this, it opens the right place, should open at the right place. Like you can see, the URL over here is /article/1, but in the permalink at the bottom you will see that it's /p/ whatever. If I click on it, it goes to that /p/ whatever thing. Eureka. Yeah, Eureka. But anyway, we have a bunch of things now in place for it to work. But anyway, now the next thing that we wanted to do was maybe a comments or an authentication thing, right? Email integration might be good as well. We can start with email integration. I think that's going to be nice. So because we're using Rails, there's this very nice gem called action mailer or active mailer. Action mailer. So action mailer comes with pre-built with Rails. So we're going to use that. It helps us provide some templates and things like that, and then we can just use it like a web page and send HTML emails and stuff. So walk through to generating a mailer. Let's just generate a new mailer. Dude, OP means overpowered, so maybe you're not using it right. Boomer viewer. Let's generate mailer. This will be, let's say, article mailer. this didn't work nice. I just had to write article, I think. Didn't need to add the mailer stuff. Okay, so now we have an article mailer.rb file. We have the views for article mailer, which we haven't created yet, but supposedly we can whenever we want, right? So for now, in the application mailer, so application mailer is basically your main file where all the configurations are present for mailers, and then article mailer is basically one of the mailers that we want to be able to send. Others being like, you know, forgot password mails and things like that. So application mailer, we have written a default which is from@example.com. We'll change it later, but as of now it's fine. And what else? Nothing. So yeah, we have this thing. Now we need to basically create this, change these things. So what we'll do is, we have a default that we can add on per mailer basis. So this was like the global default. Now we can change on a per mailer, and we can also change the from value in here as well. So it really is, they're like a bunch of ways to basically do what? Bunch of ways to customize it. Now in the article mailer, what we can do is we can create a new method, which will be, it's not a welcome email, it's like new article email. So we have a new article email, and we have params for it and things like that. So our params will be article ID, article ID, and we'll be like article.find article ID, and this will be the article. Then do we have a URL? We don't have a URL. Then we have a to user and email and things like that, right? Okay, now the subject that we want will mostly be article dot title, and then we should technically add more things over here, but should I? Okay, whoever is in the chat, I think there are 4 concurrent viewers. Nice. So whoever is watching it in the chat, please, you know, you can let me know where, like, what should be the title. Does for example, in the subject, does Substack send things like who sent it or something like that, or does it just tell a subject? Okay, no OP. Huh? Okay. And who are we sending this particular email to? We need a user for that, but instead we'll have an email. So for that we'll be like, all right. And not just this, what we also need to do is basically create a file which will be like welcome email sort of a thing. So the article mailer, we create a new file over here, which will be new article email, or html.ml. Amish Datta. Hi Amish. So we have added a new this thing. We can also use ERB, but I'm not using ERB because fuck it. why to use ERB. HTML to HAML, I'm looking for a converter because I don't want to write like so much code right now, because I'm currently in the thinking mode, I guess. But yeah, all right, so we have a body where we can just do stuff. Here what we'll do is we'll call this at article dot title. Now we are not storing like what the site's configuration is anywhere yet, which is why we don't know who this email is being sent from, so we'll get to that later. But right now I'm just trying to build like this article, and if I can just look at the article show, I just need the same things. All right. So this is what the email will be like. Now again at the end I'll add an HR. Then there will be like a bunch of things over here, like to unsubscribe, to do this, to do that. I think I need a permalink over here at least. So there it will be like %p, which is a paragraph tag. To read this in your browser, click on this link, and the link then should be like this, and it needs to be a URL. Now one thing would be a problem here would be that our permalink URL method does not know what the domain name is, right? How does it know that it's going to be localhost? Otherwise we were just printing out the path where we can just start with /. So permalink URL, to give like the domain name to it, we have to go to the development.rb file and search for mailer. Okay, it's not there, so yeah, this is like what I'm trying to say. SMTP settings, nope. Host, yeah, host is what I'm looking for, sorry. Yeah, config.action mailer default URL options. This is what I want. This configuration I need to set to local host port 4000 or 3000 maybe, so that it generates the correct URL. So I'm putting it as 3000 because I'm going to be pushing this code, but for my own server it needs to be 4000. To read this from your browser, open in browser, yeah, click on this link. That's what I wrote, come on. But anyway, great. So we have a mailer. Now how do I preview it? So previewing emails, there's this good way of previewing emails over here, and it says user mailer preview. So I also have an article mailer preview. Great. And we have a welcome email. Similarly, I have this new article mailer here, and I can be like this, and then this needs to be article mailer dot width. So the width are the params that we will send, and I'll come to that in a minute. And yep, so the width that we're sending are article ID and email. So article ID is, let's say, 1, and email is my email ID, which is shobit@hey.com. right? So we have these bunch of things over here. Now wait, so if I want to now preview this, what the email will be, I have to open port 4000. Instead of user mailer, I need this to be article mailer, and instead of welcome email, I need it to be the new article email. And there is a problem. What is the problem? Article mailer. Did you mean articles helper? No, I meant article mailer. ARTICLE. आर्टिकल की स्पेलिंग यही होती है ना? Yeah, maybe it's not picking it up. Okay, I made a boo-boo. I made a big mistake, which is this, but now it's fixed. And there you go. This is what it will look like. English word. Don't we have to store the email subscriber in some CSV somewhere and use that? Yes, we will basically be creating a table for subscribers, and we'll be managing the whole subscription thing. So if they unsubscribe, we record, and then we don't send an email to them. If they keep subscribing, we record, and we keep sending more emails to them and things like that. I haven't done that yet because I'm hard coding shit, but yep, that is something that we will be doing. Another thing I realized is I can change this, let's say, to do, and okay, it says no route matches because the slug is nil. Now why is slug nil? Because we haven't set the slug for article number 2. So I suppose finally you're here. Article.find to a.slug is the a.generate slug. This is my second article. A.save. Voila. So this is what the second article will look like in the email, so to say. Now you can realize that it's not the best looking thing. It's nowhere close to what Substack shows. So there are a bunch of different kind of ways to sort of make this look better. One of them would be, one thing that I can do is move this from here to basically here, and I didn't even need to do that, it was already present. So why am I doing this again? Weird stuff, but okay. Okay, I can add CSS over here, and I can be like body sorry in the body I can have a max width to be, let's say, 500 pixel, and then the email gets a little short. Copy some mailer HTML OP. I will obviously I will, but for now I'm just trying to oh, I was just going to drop this phone. I'll just put it somewhere at the back so it doesn't drop again. Okay, all right. Action controller exception caught. What exception did you catch? Oh, they did not catch an exception. It's just the old title that was showing. All right, no problem. Yeah, iPhone nahi samajh aa raha. But I think I need a responsive email template free. iPhone नहीं संभाला जा रहा. Yeah, I can't. I'm not able to hold the iPhone down. You know what? I'm not looking for something as creative and stuff, right? What I'll do is I'll probably read up on the making it nice thing later, but this is what I wanted it to be right now. One thing that is pending is how do you send this diamond shoes are too tight. What the So after create, we need to sort of schedule the sending of this article. So what happens is whenever we create an article, schedule to send, right? And then in schedule to send, what we'll do is article mailer with article self.id email dot deliver later. Then we can use queues and stuff like that to deliver these emails, but for now I'm just sending it to one person. So this is what we have. Another thing that now that we are working on this is we should figure out how to get subscriber emails, right? So to do that, we need one more model, so to say, one more table where basically we'll be storing all the subscribers. So we go to our trusted terminal and we generate a new model called subscribers. Obviously email is one of the fields that we want to keep. We have created at we should have a verified, a value basically which is verified, and okay, so let me just say verified boolean or date time. So there are two trains of thoughts here. One is you store a boolean value basically saying that this is verified or this is not verified, and then you use that. The other train of thought is you use a date time where you keep it empty if it is not verified, and you fill the date if it was verified. So we have boolean basically verified, this email basically this boolean thing. Should I use boolean or verified at? Let's just go with boolean because it's simpler right now. And unsubscribed, again boolean. So boolean, both verified and unsubscribed, will start off as false. Why keep the date? So date is basically a way for us to log it, that when did this person unsubscribe and when did this person get verified. It's not necessarily required, but it's something which is good to have. And then we can have like a bunch of other things if we want. We can have like name, we can have what else. Maybe you want to store geography, location, something like that. So we can have all these things, but for now I'm just keeping it very simple. I'll just add an email, a verified and a subscribed boolean, and I generate the subscriber model. PMOP Prime Minister. Okay. Validate email Rails. So in Rails, I know there is a way of validating whether this thing is whether an email or not. So Wait. So how will we confirm whether the user is actually using this email ID? We can't confirm unless we store a way for us to process that they are this. So what we'll do is we'll go to Rails generate model, again email, then we will have a thing called verification token. So what verification token is, basically this will contain, let's say, a value which when we send the email for verification to the user, in that email there will be a link. Obviously in that link we will store this value, so that when they click it, we can make sure in our database that yes, this is the legit email of this user, and that they are actually who they are claiming to be. Okay. Success only when verified. Yep. So subscription is success only when verified. That is what we will be doing. So that's why we need a verification token as well. Do I need anything else? I'm just trying to think. Unsubscribe boolean. If the user clicks on, let's say, an unsubscribe button, that's fine. They want to unsubscribe, we'll be like, fine, go away, we don't want you. We have a verification token. Do we need an unsubscription token? Should we need an unsubscription token is a question that I'm trying to understand. Like FCM token, yes, but no. So FCM token is basically a way for me to identify. FCM token is more like a foreign key which you are providing to me. So how will I know, how will I tell you that send this notification to this specific user? That is how you will do, through FCM token. So FCM token is that user's ID, but this is not like an FCM token. Delete the verification token when unsubscribed. No, that will not work. Okay, let's just do this verification token right now. So we'll migrate the database as well. Now I'll just close everything else and open the subscriber.rb. Here we have to validate email. Email is what? Confirmation, no. Presence, case sensitive, false. So information, no. Configuration, confirmation is not what I want. I want an email, this thing. How did I do it? Presence true. Obviously I need a presence true, that the user needs to have an email. Sorry, I need to roll back my migration and add some stuff. Create subscriber. So here the verification token needs to be indexed. The default for verified will be false, and default for unsubscribed will also be false. Email, should it be unique? Should I put uniqueness constraint over here? Should I index an email? Will I be ever searching? I will be searching. Do I need I'll add the index right now. Fine. Now presence true. What else is true? Absence, uniqueness, validates with. Nope. Uniqueness true. So we need to have a unique email address, otherwise we should not use it at all. Presence strict. What is presence strict? I don't need a presence strict. User ID, email ID should be 1-to-1 plus 100 email is the same email. Is same as so the plus 100 is not something that every email ID provider supports. So for example, Gmail and a bunch of new other new age email providers are saying that, you know, anything after plus will be ignored. But if you go by the RFC, Shobit at hey.com and Shobit plus 500 at hey.com are two different emails. Unique thing, keep status, maybe status, subscribe, unsubscribe. Enough. What are you guys fighting about? I don't know. Subscription DB entry should be done only when verification is done. Subodh, if I do subscription DB entry only when verification is done, how will I verify? How will I know that this is the user that I need to verify? So you should only send an email to the people who have been verified and are still subscribed, basically have not unsubscribed. So I'm guessing I'll add the I'll add the validation maybe later on for email, but before save I need to sanitize email. Now how do I sanitize an email? So self.email.trim. So trim, what trim does is basically removes any sort of space from start and end. So for example, this is the string that I have. If I call .trim, it does nothing. What is it? A dot slice split? No. Is it not trim? Strip. Yes, strip, not trim. Strip. Strip, strip. So we need to strip the email. Then we need to Rails case insensitive uniqueness. So what I'm looking for is I need to have a uniqueness constraint, but it should not be case sensitive. So in email, again, according to RFC, a lowercase email and a higher case email are different emails, but in the real world, since forever, they have not been thought to be. So what call that I'm taking over here is that the uniqueness should not be case sensitive. So uniqueness is true, but case sensitive is it case sensitive? False. Okay. So I just need to strip the email. Do nothing else actually. All right. This is before save, and before create we have to generate validation token. Now generate, arey baba, why does it not show up? Okay, now self.validation token is equal to now how do I generate a validation token? That's very simple, at least for Rails. I have a secure random this thing. So what I can do is generate a bunch of things. So I can generate a UUID, which I can then use as a token. If I don't want a UUID, I can have a hex code, which I can have like a very long hex code that I can save. If I don't want an hex code, I can have an alphanumeric code as well, like a very long, which then I can save in the database, right? So these are the ways I can generate a token. UUID obviously is one, but I think I'll just create a hex code. So as you can see, every time it's generating a different code. So what I'll do is I'll generate, let's say, 64 letter hex code. Secure random.hex 32 bits, 32, basically 1 converts to 2. I'm forgetting what it was, but basically yeah. Now do and while, no. I'm forgetting my basic stuff, very bad. But yeah, this is basically, this is it. It will generate a random this thing, but just to make sure, do while Ruby. Yep, this is what I want. So the do while until loop is pretty helpful here. So what I'll do is loop break. Come on, this is not what I want. Okay. Okay. I have to do a begin. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm checking if the validation token exists, then we regenerate, otherwise we move forward. Okay, great. So what I'll do is I'll try to create a new subscriber. Spelling गलत है. Subscriber is uninitialized constant. What the hell? Spring stop. Okay. Unknown key presence. Okay. Okay, validates is the word. Okay. So time to migrate the database. Now that we migrated the database, we go here and we will like subscriber.new, and voila, the things are false, the email is nil, verification token is nil. Now okay, so one thing that I made a mistake here is verification token. This is not validation token, it's verification token. What, chat? you guys could not, tell me that this was wrong. Very bad. ओहो, जी ने मेरा दिल लुटे. Alright, so we have created a new subscriber S, where the verification token is something. The subscriber is not verified and the subscriber is not unsubscribed. Great. So now we go and create Rails generate controller subscribers index new create verify unsubscribe, nothing else. Okay, so these are some routes that I've created. So I'll go into routes and I'll be like resources subscribers hatao only index new and create, and inside what I want is a verify and a unsubscribe. Okay, so these are the things that I can do with a subscriber. So I'll go to subscriber controller. In the verify, what I'm looking for is token is equal to params token. Now I'm looking for subscriber dot find by verification token subscriber. If subscriber will be like subscriber dot update verified true, else do what? I think it will not work because this will throw an error if we don't find the subscriber. Okay, so and the verify is a get, unfortunately, because it's going to come from an email. What is not fun? What is the lazy part here? I'm not getting you guys. But if it is going to come from an email, it's going to be a get request, not a post request, not a patch request or something like that. So this will be get. Both verify and unsubscribe, both will have to be a get request. For unsubscribe, I'm guessing we'll do something weird for it with it. But yeah, this is a token is not present because subscriber dot first dot verification token, yeah, it works. And if I just call it this, it gives nil error. It did not throw an error, but if I try to find, let's say, it throws an error. What is wrong with this guy? Okay, good. So this way we will be able to have an error if we don't find the token. Okay, so now what we basically need to do is, in the verify basically needs to be on collection. Actually not on collection. Why should it be on collection? Interesting. So we can have one more thing as a precaution here. We can be like email is equal to params email. So as a precaution, what we will be doing over here is in the URL there will be an email and a token. Both need to match, otherwise we will not proceed with the request. So we have, when we find a subscriber, we'll be like subscriber dot email dot downcase if else, and email dot downcase dot strip. If both these things match, only then we apply that the user is verified. Otherwise we'll be just rendering plain text with couldn't verify your email. Okay, now I want to check what the routes are. Okay, we have verified subscribers and blah 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 blah. So we have a route which is basically verify subscribers verify, and here we can have an email show with at a.com, and this will say that active record not found, but if I go here and I find the first subscriber SS, so it's verified as false. But if I open the token and I add and token is equal to this, it works. It doesn't show anything, but it works. So if it works, we can just be like ss.reload and ss.verified is true. Great. So we have added functionality. What we need to do is now just go to subscriber verify, and here we will like %h1 article show से उठाना चाहिए, article show okay. Your email has been verified. Yep, this is what we will show. And we can just call it text center, so it shows like this. Then obviously we can make this a little more jazzier, but right now what we have is whenever we have, let's say, a subscriber coming in, we will be able to generate a verification token and send them any we are not able to send an email right now, so for that you'll have to join me next week. I'm already running low on time, so in the next week what we'll do is we'll create a subscription form where people can basically subscribe for the next one, and subscribe for the basically newsletter, and when I subscribe to the newsletter I will get a verification email. If I click on that email, only then I'm truly subscribed and I will get emails based on that. So yeah, before I conclude, is there any question? Is there anything that you want to talk about? I'm just going to summarize my git commands for now, but yeah, oh my god, bunch of things. Okay, so I'll do first git add config environment then I'll be like commit, added the action mailer host OnlyFans. Come on. Okay. Another thing that I want to add is I think I'll add just a dot. I want to see what I added in db git diff db. I've added articles. Are you sure? Subscribers. I added slug. Yep, I've added slug. So git status, git add db migrate 2020 11 0809. Yeah. Git add git status. For slug, do I have anything else? Oh yeah, I have okay, git diff app, I have permalink. Yep. Anything else? Uniqueness. Okay. Git status, git add app models article, git add app controller. ये बिक गया है YouTube, I swear man, आता ही नहीं है. Articles controller, git add app views articles, sorry, its status in the routes I'll add later with everything else. Git commit -m, added slugs to articles, and git add dot. So before git add dot, I need to make sure that there is no show with at a.com over here where it is. So I'll be like example at mail.com. Same thing here, it will be example at mail.com. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Git commit -m, added subscribers model and a way to verify email address. Need to add subscription box next, and this is where I'll stop my today's stream. I'll just git push. So yeah, this is what's going on. In the next stream, what we'll do is we'll create a subscription box so that a user can come subscribe to the posts and hopefully receive new posts as well. All right, thank you so much guys.